Hi everyone! Today we are going to learn 3 things you need to know about Mauro Giuliani. One, a string musician. Mauro Giuliani started his musical training on cello mainly, and played violin as well. He only started a guitar once he received one as a gift from an uncle. He took to the guitar and became very skilled quite quickly, establishing himself as a virtuoso. This new passion for the guitar didn't put him off from his other instruments, and he carried on playing the cello especially throughout his life. He composed mainly for guitar and produced pieces for guitar and flute or guitar and violin. 2. New life in Vienna. In the early 19th century, the Italian public was crazy about opera, and they started to neglect the guitar. That didn't sit well with Giuliani, who, despite being married and a father, decided to leave behind him wife and children to move to Vienna. There he found himself in a flourishing musical atmosphere with Beethoven and Schubert, amongst others. In Vienna, Giuliani taught guitar to Felix Orezzi. He also played at Schönbrunn his Ducatenkonzerte, and even played cello for the first performance of the 7th Symphony of Beethoven. He had an affair with Fräulein Wilmuth, which gave him 4 illegitimate children, especially Emilia, who then joined him in Italy when he left Vienna in 1819. She became an accomplished guitarist herself and played duets with her father until his death in 1829. 3. An imperial guitar. In the late 1990s was discovered in a customer's oubliette of a London bank a very peculiar romantic guitar, along with some music compositions and a letter. The customer was Christopher de Monte, an Englishman who died in 1816, and the letter was addressed to him in French. Here is the English translation. Dear friend, as evidence of my fondness for you, I herewith deprive myself of an instrument which I have valued most highly, all the more so since this guitar belonged to the Empress Marie-Louise. In giving it to you as a souvenir of enduring friendship, please accept it from your devoted and sincere Giuliani. Vienna, 12th of November, 1815. How did this guitar, from Luthier Pons in Paris in 1812 and having belonged to an empress, ended up with an English gentleman? In 1814, Empress Marie-Louise came back to Austria while Napoleon was in exile in Elba. There she met Giuliani, who was appointed a position of virtuoso onorario di camera to Empress Marie-Louise. Likely, this is how he got offered the guitar by the Empress. Now, for Christopher de Monte, we don't know with exactitude if he was a student of Giuliani and if he was of any financial or publishing support to the virtuoso, but he seemed to have been the dedicatee of Opus 36, as you can see here. The music manuscripts found with the guitar seem to have been written by Giuliani for an absolute beginner, leading us to believe that indeed Christopher was a student of his. Because de Monte died just a few months later in February 1816, his belongings got placed into storeroom at the London Bank, and the guitar started its almost 2 centuries of sleep. This guitar is the only one that can be directly linked to Giuliani, but it must not have been played much as there is barely any trace of use at all. To learn more about this fascinating discovery and the specificities of this guitar, I invite you to read the article for which I've put the link in the description. The musical pieces played in the background are 2 Mariposas, opus 50, which you can listen to my interpretation by clicking on the link in the description below. Would you like to learn more facts about guitarists and guitar composers? Let me know in the comments below. Did you like this video? please hit the like button and click on subscribe to support this channel. Thank you. If you want to be a super support, I invite you to become one of my Patreon sponsors. You'll find the link in the description below so you can learn more about how you can make a difference. Thanks in advance. See ya!